Hi, Janice here. I'm going to walk you through submitting payroll and other considerations. To help keep the videos short and to the point, I'll go through the explanations fairly quickly, but you can pause and rewind the video as much as you like. Don't forget to check out the other videos in the library. Now, let's go. The act of processing payroll is one of the most challenging things to do in the accounting world. Believe it or not, on a good day, payroll can go very smoothly, providing you get the cooperation of the clients reporting on time and accurately, and all while providing that one of a million things doesn't go wrong at any given time. You see, with payroll processing, there is a lot of behind-the-scenes calculations, meeting deadlines, making sure it all makes sense when it comes in, and a whole host of many other factors. Unfortunately, at any time, the incorrect processing of payroll can have a very negative impact on the employees or the employer, and because there are upwards of 52 pays in the year, it gives a lot of room for issues to pop up as well. Nothing good comes out of that. Any mistakes when calculating employees' pays generally has an immediate impact that there is little time to maneuver. With all that said, this is where you, as the client, can greatly reduce the risks involved. Please allow me to get to the point of how and when to report payroll. So, let's get started. You may think, report the hours for my employees and let A1 Bookkeeping Services know about it, and then I can put the issue to bed. Right? And then if there is a mistake, I'll just send a quick email and that will fix everything. Right? Well, both statements are wrong, and if you never thought anything about it further, then this is where issues begin to happen. When reporting your payroll, it must be reported on time and accurately. We'll get to when to report shortly. This is a major point, and in fact, it's pretty much all that we ask of clients. Report accurately and on time. Accurately, on time. Well, you get the picture. When reporting your payroll, likely through our payroll cloud service, PayPass, just log in, enter the employee's hours to get paid. Be sure they are listed under the correct column. This is a must. Add any comments and submit. As you can see on the sample payroll submission form behind me, you can add employees' hours to a variety of columns. All have a pivotal role, and you have to be careful. Let's go through the columns, just to be sure. The first column is, of course, are your employees. These are all the employees currently active on your account, meaning you still report payroll for them, or if they are no longer with the company, it's because you haven't requested a record of employment for them. This is not automatic once they leave. You have to request it via PayPass. The second column is the employee's hire date. This is there to remind you because employees being paid for paid public holidays is based largely on their date of hire. Of course, the next column is the employee's current pay rate. If this is incorrect, it's likely because you didn't report changes as scheduled and on time. Making changes to payroll is a different video. Just note it needs to be reported on Thursday at noon the week before your payday. The fourth column indicates if your employee's vacation pay is released with every pay or withheld by you, the employer. If vacation pay is being withheld, then it will be paid out at another time, based on your discretion of when the employee takes vacation time. A yes in this column means that it is being released on every pay. A no in this column indicates it is being withheld. Column 5 is the most used column. It's where you would indicate one or both of two things. An employee's hours that he or she worked on a regular pay period. This does not include vacation days or hours worked on an actual paid public holiday. You should also include hours in which you are paying your employees for a holiday that they didn't actually work. So if an employee doesn't work Christmas Day, but you want or must pay them for it based on labor laws, you must include those hours as well. The sixth column is where you report vacation hours. These are hours in which you're paying an employee for vacation time that has been accumulated during each pay, and they are entitled to get paid for their time off. Column 7 is a lot like column 5, the regular hours column, but in column 7 you report the hours for when employees physically worked on the holiday, unlike the regular hours column. These are hours that the employee worked on a paid public holiday. Special rules apply when working on a holiday. Moving along is column 8. This is the assigned check number. If you are paying by way of direct deposit, enter DD. If you are paying by check, enter the predetermined check number that you are paying each of your employees. If you are paying by cash, of course, enter cash. Column 9 are the notes. These are very important as well, although you can't add anything into this field. but it contains any notations that had to be made and notes when your employees were set up, and we observe these notes when processing payroll. This column can include details such as additional income tax being deducted. Perhaps the employee has a garnish or isn't paying into the Canada Pension Plan, and any other notable remarks will be detailed here. These notes are set in stone and follow the employee all the way through each pay and aren't changed unless the client gives us direction otherwise. The column on the far right is for our firm's use. There is nothing to enter here. Okay, now we went through the reporting of individual employee pay details. Let's discuss quickly the rest of the form so you can complete it quickly and accurately. Remember, any errors made here cost you time. It costs our firm valuable processing time, creates errors on your payroll, which is directly reflected in errors in processing T4s and records of employment. Please give all sections of the payroll submission form its due attention. Moving to the top of the form, the field shown with the letter A depicts the first day of your pay period, not the first day you worked in the week or 2-week period, depending if you're set up as weekly or bi-weekly payroll. But this is the first day of the pay period. You should enter that date here. Field B is the last day of the pay period, again, not the last day your employees worked during the pay period, but the last day in the week or 2-week period. Enter that date here. Area C displays your pay period. We follow this schedule very carefully and is depicted on employee pay stubs and the date employees are paid. Most clients are paid on Thursday or Friday and their pay period ends the Saturday of the week before. This is called holding back a week. This area also describes to us how to pay your employees for overtime should they cross into working overtime hours. This overtime rule is agreed upon by clients when they set up their payroll initially with our firm. If you don't remember where to report hours in the various columns, Area D tells you that you just need to hover your mouse over the exclamation points in the column heads for columns 4 through 8. A box will appear offering you assistance by providing a quick explanation of that specific column. Let's move down to the bottom of the payroll submission form, Area E. If you have final comments to make relating to that week's pay, enter your comments here. Keep in mind that new employees being added, requests for pay rates, or any changes of any kind are due to our firm by noon on Thursday, the week before they are paid. This is detailed in our services reference guide. With that said, adding a note about it in the comments section to request a record of employment for an employee is not proper either. In PayPass, the same place you locate your payroll submission form, there is a link to request a record of employment. Please use the proper link for this process. When you're done entering your payroll details and it all has been double-checked, click the Submit button at the bottom of the form. When you submit, you will get a confirmation window to help ensure that you have verified everything. Your payroll is not sent to us until you go through this confirmation message. When you confirm your payroll submission, you will be directed to a confirmation page on our website. At this point, your payroll submission form has been submitted to us for processing. Keep in mind, if there are any errors in your payroll reporting and changes need to be made, there may be an hourly charge to make these changes, more so if we've already processed your payroll for that week. Please avoid any issues, errors, and fees by making sure your payroll is 100% accurate. Not to mention report on time. Reporting deadlines are always clearly stated in the email that you receive when it's time to report your pay, and also in your service reference guide. Okay, so now you know all about the payroll submission form, how to complete it, and why it's so important. We have another video on reporting timelines. It can't be included here as there is much to cover and it deserves its own video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't seen the other great videos in our library, why not check those out too? See you next time.